Ugh, what the fuck was that? I just had the weirdest fucking dream where people complain about me on YouTube and that was... The fuck is this? Man, where am I? I'm in my room? Okay. Woo! That was funky. I feel like I got a little lost there for a second. A little lost in Raleigh. It's the name of the game. Aha! Lost in Relay is some kind of a set collection, sort of trick-taking something kind of a game. I'm not really sure exactly what to call it. It is a game in which you and a handful of people will take various cards from your hand and play them. On your turn, you're going to play any number of a numbered card. So if you have 2s, you can play 1, 2, or all the 2s, doesn't fucking matter. Or you will play one of the, what are these called? Event cards. And you can play the event cards, that's fine. There are 5 different types of events, and every single card in the game has exactly 5 copies of it, which is a very wonderful bit of, ooh, scary. Very wonderful bit of kind of card counting as it goes. So what you're gonna do, you're gonna have a certain number of cards in your hand. Like I mentioned, you're gonna play a card. The only restriction, the only rule for playing a card is if you play a number, that number has to be higher than the number that was before it. So if I play a 7, bam, done. Then I play an 8, bam, done. So why am I doing this? Well, the goal of the game is to win. The way you win, ladies and gentlemen, is by getting rid of all your cards, not only in your hand, but in front of you as well, which we'll talk about in a second. The powers on the cards they're the main reason you're playing the game. Because remember how I mentioned that you can lay down any number of cards? Any number of cards, but the number of cards you lay down will depend on how strong the power is. So for example, if I lay down, really should not have shuffled these back when I was trying to make a point. Let's say I play a 3. A 3? Look at that. I just play a 3, nothing happens. I play 2 3s. Nothing happens. But if I somehow manage to play 3 3s, I can play again. If I play 4 3s, I can banish the stack and play again. More on that in a moment. Or 5, I can play again, banish the stack, and then play again. Let's talk about banishing the stack. So, the box, very important. This is where the banishment happens. So what happens if there's only 1 through 10? What happens when you get to 10 and you can't play anything? Well, that, ladies and gentlemen, is where the stack banishing comes in. So let's say I have a big old stack of cards and I'm looking at it and I'm like, oh, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? That's okay. I have a card like this. Kadoosh. Right here, I play it. I pick up the stack into your hand. No, that's not what I do. There are various cards that will allow you to banish the stack, in which case the stack goes back to the box. And this is how you really start to get rid of the cards, but be careful what you get rid of, because you get rid of all the numbers. You might not have enough numbers to do the special numbers, and that's kind of a pain in the tuchus. Or there are different events that would allow you to pick up the stack and give it to the other party, or give it to anybody. Or I can pick up the stack and get rid of one of my escape cards. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the rub! So at the beginning of the game, you are dealt 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards at random. And you will lay them in front of you in a way that is significant to you. I lay them out like this, because I'm not a goddamn monster. Other people will mix them up and they might look like this. It really doesn't fucking matter. These are your escape cards. So once you have gotten rid of all of the cards in your hand and there are no more cards to draw from the deck, you can start drawing from your escape cards. You have 5 escape cards in front of you, which are completely random, so you can't really control them, but there are cards in the game that allow you to manipulate this and mitigate this, which is ooh la la. And then in your starting hand, let's say you have a starting hand of 7, not 7 cards, you will pick 1 card to be your ultimate super secret escape card, and that will be face down and no one can see it. Now the thing about this ultra super secret escape card is you really want it to be either a high number, or ideally you want it to be an event. Because if it's an event, then you know you're gonna be able to play it. And the first person to get rid of all their cards, including their escape cards and their super secret special card, wins. It's wonderful. It's great. There's also this little tile token because some of the cards you play can reverse the player order, although in a 2-player game, it doesn't really matter as much. As far as a theme goes, I talked about this before in another video that I made. The theme in Lost and Early isn't really there. It could be fucking anything. But they've really done a good job of implementing a Lovecraftian theme without making everything fucking Lovecraft. Except for, of course, Cthulhu, and we have the Old Castro and Mysteries. It's very evocative of the vibe, but not really a specific story. We got your Cyclopean monuments and things like that. It's pretty good. It's a really, I don't really have another game like it. It's sort of a trick-taking game, sort of not a trick-taking game. I love the idea of whenever you are standing there with just a handful of fucking cards and you're like, oh my God, what do I do? Because if you ever can't play, guess what you gotta do? You gotta take the stack, and sometimes that stack is thick, like thick. But sometimes a thick stack is really worth it because next thing you know, you have like 5 copies of a 4. What can I do? I can look at another player's hand, banish the stack, and then play again. So there are some mind games in here. What's great though is that you are not really going to be playing a lot of the 4s and 5s because you're not really going to get them because the stack is going to get banished. Fucking love this game. I've played it so many times. Let's do some housekeeping. That was fucking cool. It is for 2 to 6 players. Now I have played this with 2 players primarily, and I've also played it with up to 4. It's really a great game either way. You can't really go wrong. With 2 players, some of the things that switch the order, you just treat it like you would, what was that game? Uno. So you'll just kind of, reverse and go back. 45 minutes? No, this game does not take 45 minutes. This game takes, maybe with like 6 players, but no, I'm not playing with 6 players. The 45-minute mark, no, I'm not really going to play 45 minutes. It's going to be about 10 or 15. You can get a couple of these games in at lunch. And then ages 13 and up, because who even knows why? Who made this? Kendrick Winks! Good job, Kendrick. Now, Lost in Relay is a damn good time. I'm not a big fan of this metal box, but you know what? I don't fucking care, because it's a good game. It's a game that I love the size of the cards. I love the art. It's not gruesome. It's just sexy. It's just a good little game. It's just a deck of cards. Now, this is very up there with a game behind me called, let's see if I can find it. Nope. Pocket Madness. Pocket Madness is more gin rummy than trick-takey, and it's a great game, but there's also more components, like little madness cubes you have to keep track of, and invoking powers of gods and things. This is just, I played this with people who have never heard of the word Lovecraft, and it's not really a themey game. It's just a game where you're like, oh, play the cards, you're trying to get rid of your cards, like a game of Speed, but much, much slower and much, much crazier. It's so easy. It's fun to play. I don't have any other game like this. I love the idea of laying down a certain number of cards to give yourself a certain ability, and the more cards you lay, the different the ability. Maybe I want to play 4 of them. Maybe I have 4 in my hand, but I really only want the power that gives me the 3, so I do the 3, and I'm like, woo! It's just, it is the goddamn lightful. I'm going to scoot over here, and I'm going to put it right here. Goddamn lightful. It's a wonderful game. So based on all that, of course, this game is in my hard 100. I play this game as much as I possibly can. It's one of those games where I'm like, I forgot how to play this game. Till you think of the rules. Oh yeah, that's how you play the game. It's just so fun. It's so easy to play. You just shuffle a big dick of cards. Yeah, I said dick of cards. And you just go. Very few games really allow you to just bust open a bin, play with your dick, and move on. And this is a good dick playing game. Dick playing, deck playing, whatever you want to play. It is beautiful. I don't really have a lot to say about it. Also, I missed a Lovecraft game. The little Cthulhu idol came from a game down there called Australia that I forgot that I had. So that's a Lovecraft game that I haven't actually played. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining me on this, the latest edition of the Hard 100. I know it's been a minute since I made one of these, but I appreciate you sticking with me. This game is right for my shelf. It's going to be right for yours if you love card games, if you have only about 30 minutes at lunch, if you really just want to sit down and play a quick game while other people are showing up, or even if everyone's around. It's a damn good fun time. A little bit of Take That, a little bit of the card game of escaping Dread Cthulhu and certain madness. The only madness you're gonna have is mad fun. Yeah, I fucking said it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. Hope you and yours are well. Peace out.